Alibaba also didn't have a lot of the attributes of, what a typical successful startup might have, yet they were able to help in this, this digital transformation in China. How do you think they were able to do that with being so atypical?
So a big part of this was Jack's and the team's real focus on trying to understand the customers and their, the pain points, so to speak. A lot of people at the time were taking Silicon Valley models and copying them over to China, thinking like, it worked in Silicon Valley, so let's just, apply it to the China market. But what Jack realized is that China was very different for the reasons I mentioned previously. But we would do crazy things like you asked about, the difference in terms of the sort of traditional business training in China. We had an internet company. I remember Jack said, Brian, help us build a product for the suppliers to create their own websites. And I said, okay, great, I'll do a DIY. Like I'll have this online sort of interface, and then they can go on and they can build their own websites, because that'll be very scalable. Like you don't have to, help each one individually. And that plan failed miserably because the business owners, the factory owners at that time who were trying to export, they did not even understand what the internet was or how it was relevant to them. So what we ended up doing in the end was actually setting up these sales teams that would go door to door and literally sell like an internet website product, and then we would manually build these sites for them. And to me, that seems so rudimentary and so like backwards from an internet perspective. But what it was required, because essentially we were educating the China market about what the value of the internet was, and then teaching them in the process of selling how to actually manage this. We even had to train them on how to respond to emails politely, because they didn't know the cultural dynamics. They didn't understand, how to communicate, because most of these small business factory owners, they would work with a trading company, and the trading company would then manage the relationships with the international buyers. So there was this whole lack of understanding on how to interface with the world, which Alibaba actually ended up providing as part of our business. So that, in a way, is how things developed in the market, and that's the effort that it took for a company like Alibaba to actually make these changes.